What is going on, everybody, man? King Recon here, and I'm so happy to be bringing you guys this gameplay, man. I promise you, had I had a YouTube channel back then, this is exactly what I would have done. Had I created a YouTube channel whenever I was really into my Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2, World at War, Black Ops 1 days, Modern Warfare 3, whenever I was really playing those all the time, non-stop, just non-stop playing them. I would always watch YouTube videos on them and everything. I guarantee you a lot of my vlogs would have been me talking about Bleach topics, Bleach discussions, Bleach reviews, something with One Piece, maybe some other, maybe like wrestling as well, because I've always like loved those three when it comes to forms of entertainment. But yeah, man, God, dude, just the Call of Duty, my story with me and Call of Duty is pretty awesome sauce, because, or at least my story with me, Call of Duty and Bleach is really awesome sauce, specifically because ever since the Call of Duty 4 days, I would always title my classes over something in Bleach. And the same thing with Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 2, I did it even more. I remember I had a couple classes, like my ACR class was my Nelly L class, my UMP 45 was my Bonkai class. On this game, I changed my MP5 to be known as the Bonkai class. And it was always awesome to run into other people on lobbies that had like names from Bleach, because we would always discuss it and talk about it inside of the games as well. Whenever me and my friends would get on the game, the way that we would get our mind off it, like we would destroy whoever we were playing. Like, it didn't matter if we were playing Search and Destroy, Domination, Team Deathmatch, but we would get on there and we would just dominate every single match. But most of the time, if we got like a 6-man team and all of us were in the party together, we would be discussing Bleach, because that's what all of us were into. So like whenever we're playing either the 4 or Modern Warfare 2, mainly Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, because that's whenever a lot of my friends really started getting into it. Call of Duty 4, I was mainly by myself with a couple of others. Whenever I was really trying to get into it professionally, whenever I was playing a lot with my friends, we would get into a party, we would just straight up talk about Bleach, man, what was going on in the future. I would always present the idea. I always had the idea, man, that Masaki was going to be the final villain. I really did believe that back whenever we first got the Aizen reveal in the manga. That's all I would tell. I'll talk about it with those guys. I'll be like, yo, man, listen. Aizen reveal, and as in him revealing that he had everything plotted out and planned for Ichigo from the very beginning. And I was talking about, yo, I guarantee you the Masaki will be the final villain. And I kept bringing it up. And then after I found out it wasn't Masaki, because I always had Masaki and Kisuke, like, going back and forth, and I was always present those ideas. It was really out there, but whenever you're always discussing with your friends, you bring up a lot of out there stuff just to generate discussion. And man, I remember just staying in the party until like 6 o'clock in the morning, playing Call of Duty while discussing Bleach, man, and like all of us would just really get into it, and really heated debates and discussions about whatever it would be, throughout all the games that we played. We just continued. And then of course, whenever all of us drifted apart, we didn't discuss it anymore. Whenever we see each other, we discuss it. But man, whenever it was at its hottest, like, we were talking about the greatness of each of them. I used to love whenever somebody was catching up to Bleach and I was able to follow them through their journey, man. Like, sometimes people would watch it while in the party. Sometimes, like, somebody would get on, like, yo, I just got to this part in the story. And I'd be like, yo, that part was nice, but you need to get to the next awesome sauce as soon as possible, man. And I remember whenever I used to get my friends into Bleach, a lot of them would get hooked in Soul Society, but a lot of them, like, could not stop when they reached Wakamundo, man. And whenever, like, people would tell me, I just got to the Luffy fight, it's the greatest thing I've ever seen, and then when it got to Aizen, I'd be like, yo, man, that's an awesome sauce, man. And all of us, we would always just talk about it. Like, still to this day, my cousin, Michael, who his name is PRG Ichigo on Xbox, he, to this very day, the only anime he's ever watched is Bleach, and that's because all of us used to talk about it all the time in the party. And like, if you weren't caught up to Bleach, whenever we talked about the party, man, it's like you were out of the conversation. Like, you had, I'm not gonna say you had no place, but you were out of the loop. Like, it's out of nowhere. Like, we were talking about Call of Duty, like, going in on the bad kids and whatnot, on the randoms, and then a person went into the party and be like, yo, that last Bleach episode, and then we would talk about it for hours. And so yeah, that's basically my story with Bleach and Call of Duty, man. Like, it was just so many different memories, so many different awesome things that we would always talk about in the parties, and it would always take up like our entire time playing. And it's something that all of us had in common. We would come home from school and play Call of Duty while talking about Bleach, and it was something that was really, really awesome sauce and something I really, really enjoyed, and something I'll never forget, man. So you guys have an awesome day. Thank you very much for watching, and have an awesome sauce of a day.